a year ago today, women in Florida answered a battle cry. It was a one-word battle cry. But our legislature decided to come after women with 18 anti-choice, anti-privacy, and anti-middle class bills and legislation. But at the same time that they wanted to regulate our bodies, over-regulate our bodies, they wanted to deregulate businesses and corporations across Florida. Even corporations and businesses who didn't want to be deregulated, they were going to do it. So my husband, Scott Randolph, Representative Scott Randolph, we were talking one night and we said, you know, maybe the best way to get the legislature to stop coming after our privacy and our reproductive rights would be to incorporate our uterus or our uteri as corporations, and then they'll start deregulating. So Scott gets on the floor and says, you know, if my wife were to incorporate her uterus and my friends were to incorporate their bedrooms, maybe you all would stop trying to come after and tell us what to do with both of them. And that's, at that point, it was, we thought that was a really logical thing. It was a very non-hypocritical point to make. But instead, Speaker Dean Cannon, thank you. Speaker Dean Cannon sent one of his lieutenants over to the minority office, the Democratic office, and said, tell Randolph you can't say the word uterus on the House floor. It's inappropriate, and you can't say that word. And we all said, what? Uterus is a clinical term. It's something all us women, we all have. And it's something that every one of us came out of. How can it be inappropriate? How can it be a dirty word? Well, that one word sparked a movement in this state. And they announced with the censoring of that word, the GOP in Florida announced the war on women earlier than the rest of the country. So we in Florida, we have been fighting the war on women since a little over a year from now. And our rallying word in this state is uterus. All right. Well, you know what? I've got one. Most all of my friends, in fact, 100% of my friends all came from one. And we started the Uterati. And the membership requirements for the Uterati is that you either have a uterus or you came from one. So we're fairly inclusive, unlike the GOP. But when that movement started, it was amazing to see people all across the state, saying, what do you mean you can't say uterus? Twitter went crazy. Facebook went crazy. The official State House Facebook page was posting things about Bill 191 passes subcommittee, and 97 comments underneath was just one word, 97 times, uterus. And we announced that you are not going to censor us. You are not going to label a part of our body as a woman as a dirty thing, as an inappropriate thing. So I'm here to say thank you to all of you, the Uterati, who have been fighting. And I want to tell you that, unfortunately, the war on women by the GOP is not only hypocritical, as it was last year at the time, but now it has become physical, literally. My favorite person I like to think about, other than my husband and now my new daughter, Hillary Eleanor Randolph, her. Thanks. And for those of you who see my Facebook photos, I'm sorry I'm so obnoxious about it, but I just can't help it. But my favorite person I think about is Rick Scott, because we have to stay on that guy. I affectionately, or not affectionately, call him Pink Slip Rick, and I can see everybody here. Amy Ritter here with Florida Watch Action is the best stalker of Rick Scott I've ever seen, maybe Jeff Atwater too. But I do want to say that, the battle has literally gone from hypocritical to physical. When Pink Slip Rick vetoes funding for rape crisis centers, he does that to our mothers, to our sisters, to our aunts, to our grandmothers, and to our daughters, most importantly. And when Marco Rubio, we like to call him Wrong Way Rubio, which you can go to wrongwayrubio.com, by the way. Hey, Judy. When Marco Rubio votes against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act, that's a physical assault on women throughout this country. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to stand for hypocrisy, and I'm not going to stand for this new physical assault on women that these guys are doing. So are you with me? Are you ready to fight? All right, so it's not a secret it anymore, but when you get ready to rev up that war, like fight against that war on women, I just want you to think of one word. And what's that word? All right, Uterati, let's go out. Let's win that war against women. Let's show them that they picked a fight with the wrong ladies and men who support us, I will say. But let's go out there and really, let's fight this war and let's win it, because all of us, men, women, children, all of us, our future is riding on whether or not we can win this war. So I will see you on that battlefield, and I will see you every single day until we win. So thank you very much, and keep fighting.